all warp sounding.
Well, that's a great. See, remember that I used to, when I did all the themes for Grimm, I carried around a little handheld cassette, right? So I'd go for my hike in the hills in the morning, and I'd carry my little cassette with me, and if something popped in my head, I'd hum into it.
And it drops into a puddle?
Well, those cassettes, I don't know if you remember much about cassette technology, because, you know.
I remember cassettes.
You do?
I made some mixtapes.
They didn't always last, especially the little tiny ones didn't last for a super long time. So, you know, if you used it all the time, which I did to compose, the machine would, the mechanism would start to wear out, especially if it ran out low on batteries. So, yeah, that was me sitting at the piano working on that theme for the Land of the Living, which I recorded on the little handheld cassette, and then played it back with batteries that were running out, and recorded that into the digital system.
And so that's awesome. Was that an accident at first? You just ran out of power at an earlier time writing something else?
You know, I can't remember. I think it was an accident, but you know, I kind of meant to do it too. You know.
Psst, it's me. Death. I'll see you soon, okay? I know you can't hear me, but try to feel what I'm about to say deep down in your soul. Don't eat the gazpacho. Fun's fun, but I've got work to do. I can't reap Hamburg cows or rich. I can't use my bare hands. I'm a bound only by the paper-thin wrapper of mortality, a soul here lies, struggling to be free, and so it shall, thanks to a bowl of bad gazpacho and a man named Calavera.
Nice bathrobe.
But we offer several travel package upgrades if you'd care to...
Cut the yap. I want something cheap where I can get some rest. Now that's it.
Ay, ay, ay.
You know, Manny, I could make this car a little faster if you wanted.
Yeah. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. Slam the front into the weeds, tub the rear end, dual blowers popping out of the hood.
You'll get plenty of rest this way, Mr. Martinez, and you'll be safely padded by the foam created when these two chemicals mix, like this.
On second thought, I want to upgrade my package.
Sorry, Bruno, but you didn't qualify for anything better. But here, have this complimentary mug.
No, wait. Can't you find me something where I can move my legs?
You know I'd like to, Bruno. But my boss is a real hard-ass.
I gotta be a hard-ass when I got lazy sickle wavers like this jolly boy working for me. Manny, you couldn't find a sale at a yacht club.
I got a sale right here.
I'm talking premium sales, Calavera. Like the kind Domino makes.
How am I supposed to make premium sales with the scumbag clients you're sending me?
Hey! Now you're blaming the clients? I've had it with you, Manny. If you haven't bagged a premium before the next sales report comes in, you're out! Out on the street. No job. No way to work off your time. Just your fancy suit and your big smile and a whole lot of time to kill.
Who you calling a scumbag? Why, I
oughta... I'm sick of waiting around for a good lead. Like it's gonna fly in here tied to a brick. It's time to take one. Hey, you missed a great poisoning.
Yeah, and you missed a great client. Domino came back from there with a nut.
Híjole, I got a tiny little man with a mean temper and no commission.
Well, at least you don't work for one. Manny, if you don't mind, I've got a lot of filing here to do.
Right. I te watcho. Not picking that up.
It's my boss's secretary.
It's my...
Ah, the big golden door.
A little respect for...
Why? I worked...
And your...
Well, at least you're not hitting the bottle anymore.
Hey, Callie, how you doing?
So, how'd you make out of the poisoning?
Well, let's just say that Sister Calabaza has a secret passion for trains.
You got a nun?
Hail Mary.
And you sold her a ticket on the number 9 train.
Choo-choo, little buddy. Say, how'd you score?
I got a mean midget I had to send parcel post.
Ah, cheer up, buddy. Another day, another death. Am I right?
I want to ask you a question.
Shoot, slugger.
Why do you get all the good clients?
You're asking the wrong guy. You should be taking a good long look at the man in the mirror.
No thanks. I don't enjoy that the same way you do. What did you do to get this job?
You mean what's my secret to success?
No, I mean how did you screw up and get stuck here at the DOD? What sin did you commit and how long are you gonna have to work here to pay it off?
Well, I could easily ask the same question of you.
But I don't know the answer. I still don't know what I've done.
Well, how convenient. Then neither do I.
Can I have one of your clients?
Sure, Cal. Just as soon as I get one I think you could handle.
I can handle anything you got, especially if that's your best right jab. Is it hard to kiss up to the boss so much when you got no lips?
Hey, I got all the lip I need. I get it from you.
I want to tell you something.
Good. Go on and let it all out, Manny. There's no reason for you to be afraid of me.
I think we should team up. Be partners.
Oh, Manny, I would, but I'm too intimidated. I could never be partners with someone who was so much more of a man than me.
Oh, come on. I've seen your wife. You know, this used to be my office.
Yeah, I know. I found your name on some comic books in the desk.
I want my office back.
Don't worry, you'll have years and years to enjoy it after I get promoted out and you're still here.
I think you're up to something.
Yeah, I'm up to about 4 premium sales this week.
I want to punch you in the mouth.
Oh, no, not the Christmas party all over again.
What happened at the Christmas party?
Blacked out on the whole thing, huh? Maybe you should switch to lemonade, kid.
Well, you sound pretty out of breath, so I'm gonna blow.
Always a pleasure, Cal.
No piggyback rides today. Hey, Hurl.
Yeah?
Well, you sound pretty out of breath, so I'm gonna blow.
Always a pleasure, Cal.
It's Domino Hurley, the sweatiest man in the office.
You gotta sweat the cell, Callie, and you know it.
That wouldn't be a very good use of this special ceremonial bread. A deck of cards just wouldn't help there. That's not what balloons are for. I don't got the lungs for it. Look at all the diplomas.
You have to have the proper attitude to get diplomas like those, Manny.
Really? I thought you just had to have the proper postage. I got plenty of my own. I think Don would call the company shrink if I left through the window. I think Don would call the company shrink if I left through the window. I think Don would call the company shrink if I left through the... He's got a lock on it. I can't believe he doesn't trust me. No messages in Dom's fancy red tube. Not picking that up. Hey, Dom. What's your screensaver password?
Get away from my computer, Manny.
Hey, Dom.
What? Get away.
Not portable. Nothing in there but my... I'm gonna let it air out some more. The driver demons operate this somehow, and the company won't tell a salesman how it works. Gotta keep us down somehow. There are lights for Y and Land of the... The driver demons operate this somehow, and the company won't tell a salesman how it works. Gotta keep us down somehow. Who's afraid of a... Not picking that... It's locked. This sign says, I'm at the junkyard. Woo! It's locked. It's a tool cabinet. It's locked. It's a tool cabinet. Ooh, I might get hurt if I try to get one down by myself. It's locked. It's locked. This sign says, I'm at the junkyard. Woo! Here's what I need. Wheel. Ooh, I might get hurt if I try to get one. Ooh, I might get hurt if I try to get one down by myself. It's my boss's secretary.
It's Manny. If
Right.
I'll never get out of this place. You and your fancy suits and your nose holes way up in the air, sticking your empty beer bottles down the message tubes. How fancy is that? Huh? Don't you boys upstairs realize the tube switcher is a sophisticated and delicate piece of machinery?
Huh?
You think you're better than me?
No.
Good.
Ugh, that smell. One of the chemicals for our packing material comes out of there. One of the chemicals for our... I don't need the hernia. For those who enjoy, no hassle. I don't need the hernia. For those who enjoy... Bruno, you in one of these? Must have picked them up already. Ah, the old head of the department. Way before my time. I heard he was a total slave driver. That's a rule I never touch touch anything more sophisticated and delicate than myself. It's the sophisticated and delicate hub of all communications here in the Department of Death. Not picking that up. Can't reach. That red tube looks familiar. Not picking that up. I think that's the other end of Domino's message tube. If I could just get in there. It's the sophisticated and delicate. As a rule, I never touch. It's the... Not picking that up. The wheel won't turn and the door won't budge. That red tube looks familiar. Not picking that up. With what? Not picking that up. The wheel won't turn and... That wheel should open it. That wheel should open it. The deadbolt looks set. The deadbolt looks set. With what? With what? Not picking that up. Warning. Fire system. Do not touch. That's not on fire. That's not on fire. That's not on fire. That red tube looks... That's not... That's not... That's not... That's not on... That's not... That's not on... That's not on fire. Warning. Fire system. Do not touch. We can't operate cars. That's how they keep us from skipping town. I'm not walking on the... I shouldn't even be... Oh, I sold so many... When did I lose... I have to... You... That's not on fire. That's not on fire. That's not... That's not on... That's not on fire. That's not... That... I don't like the way... That's not on fire. No use for it. No use for it. The drapes are drawn. No way. If I go any farther, Don will see me and call the staff shrink to come and talk me down. No. The drapes are drawn. Not picking that up. No way. If I go any farther, Don will see. No use for it. The drapes are not picking that up. It's locked. The drapes are not picking that up. Hello? Not picking that up. How's... And again, I'm so No thanks. That stuff smells terrible, man. One of the chemicals for our packing material comes out of there. That's not on fire. One of the chemicals for our packing material comes out of there. Bruno, you and one must have picked. I don't need the hernia. For those who enjoy no-hassle travel. Not that I have a choice, but I wonder if I'd be happier working on a ship. Then again, I'm so competitive, I wouldn't be able to relax until I was captain. Junior, sail. Good afternoon. As a rule, I never touch anything more sophisticated and delicate than myself. As a rule, that's not on fire. That's not on fire. That's not on fire. That's not on. My message tube is full of nothing, as usual. That's not on fire. That's not on fire. Look out below. That's not what balloons are for. I think Don would call the company shrink if I left through the window. He's got a lock on it. Can't believe he doesn't trust me. As a rule, I never touch any. The wheel won't. There must be something else keeping it shut. There must be some. That's not what balloons are for. That's no. That wouldn't be a very good use. That wouldn't be a very good use of this special ceremonial bread. That's not. That's not on fire. That wheel should open it. Not picking. Can't. The wheel won't. There must be something. With what? The deadbolt looks like it's not set. The deadbolt looks like it's not set. Not picking that up. I get crumbs all over. As a rule, I never touch anything more sophisticated and delicate than my... As a rule, it's the sophisticated and... Ah, that's the door to the packing room. That wouldn't be... Not here. That's not what... I don't got the lungs for it. I don't got the lungs for it. Hey, Hurl.
Yeah.
Well, you sound
all...
It's Domino Hurley, the sweatiest man in the office.
You gotta sweat this L, Callie, and you know it.
No piggyback rides today. That wouldn't be a very good use of this special ceremonial bread. That's not on fire. That's not... That's not what balloons are for. He's got a lot. Can't believe. No use for it. No use for it. Look at all the
You have...
Really? No use for it. Those pictures come with the frames?
That suit come with those holes?
Not interested. Those pictures come with the frames?
That suit come with those holes?
Those pictures come with the frames?
That suit come with those holes?
Nothing in there but my cloak. This end cabin is where I hang my cloak. Not picking that up. Not read them already. Didn't it? My boss is always giving me these big...
So this was actually the art test I took. Oh. I had to make this whole scene in a day.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Did they pay you for that? 1 day?
Barely.
Wow.
I was so scared.
How much did you get done?
I think almost all the geometry.
Oh. Wow.
In some cases, it used to be an overnight render.
Deck of cards just wouldn't help. I couldn't play this card there. I don't feel like pitching cards. I couldn't play. I don't feel like pitching cards right now. I should close Bruno's record before the black marks burn into my screen. I don't want to reread the old files. Ah, the old... when people died with dignity. And not picking...
Big Mr. Boss.
Ah, the big golden...
A little bit.
Why?
And you're...
Not picking that up.
Big Mr. Boss Man doesn't want to... Oh, that's...
Ah, the...
A little...
What?
And...
That's not a... I keep meaning to mark these cards. I keep meaning to mark these cards. I keep meaning to mark these cards. This deck of cards is a little frayed around the edges. Then again, so am I. And I've got fewer suits. I couldn't play this card.
Maybe card tricks some other time when I'm...
I couldn't play this card there. I couldn't play this card there. I couldn't play... Deck of cards just wouldn't help there.
Thanks, but I got some...
It's a deflated balloon. I couldn't play this card there. Looks like some sort of crap. I keep meaning to mark these cards. I keep meaning to mark these cards. My kid died.
I don't know why we chose Robert Frost for the balloon shape either.
Oh, that was genius
because
of the.
It would be hard to make Robert Frost.
Yes, and also because I think the whole implication is that the clown is way beyond his pay grade, and he has disdain for all those around him, and so he makes shapes that his lowly
I never
audience
even thought
would-
about that being testimony to the skills of the clown. I thought of it as being Manny being a smartass. Because he asked for it. He's like, oh, yeah? Can you do Robert Frost? And then, of course, the clown does it.
But see that's a Chandler thing too, because the detective is always smarter than sort of the world that he's in. So he's teasing the clown,
so to speak.
Yeah, so to speak. Because he knows the clown knows what Robert Frost looks like.
To honor the dead. The bread of the... Looks like some sort of craft. The bread... I'll just take a little more bread to honor the bread of... I get crumbs. The bread of the dead. I get crumbs all over. I get crumbs all... I get crumbs all over. That wouldn't be a very good use of this special... it's closed. I couldn't play this card. I could. I don't... I think Dom would call the company shrink if I left through the window. He's got a lock on it. Can't believe he doesn't trust me. No messages in Dom's fancy red tube. Not picking that up. No message. I couldn't play this card there. That's... Hey, Dom, get away.
Big Mr. Boss Man doesn't want to be disturbed today.
Gang people have tried, but they never... Through there lies the Limbo Highway, and on the other side, not picking that up. That's... I couldn't... That wouldn't be a very good use of this special ceremonial bread. Not when there's a door. Not when there's... Not when there's a door. No one in there. Not when there's a door. No one in there. Not picking that. Ooh. Right.
Manny.
Right. It's my boss's sick.
It's my boss.
Could I take your hole punch?
Ha! I doubt you could.
Not picking that up. Not picking that up. Not picking that up. Not picking that up. Good afternoon. Yeah, right. Now this guy, I don't know who this... Yeah, right. That's not on fire. Warning. Fire system. Do not touch. That's... Now this guy, I don't know who this guy is. I think he just paid for the lobby renovation. That's... they're just full of party favors. And I'm not in the party mood. Those crates are completely blocking the sidewalk. What if there were a fire? I don't need the hernia. That's not on... That... That's the door to the... Yeah, right. Ah, the old head of the department. I couldn't play this card there. This balloon is filled with a dark chemical. That's not a balloon. This balloon is filled with a dark... This balloon is filled with a light chemical. That doesn't sound good. There's no air pressure. The server must be down.
Server's down again.
What else is new?
Manny, if you don't mind, I've got a...
Right. I te watch you. I'm not getting any messages. Is the server down?
This is their idea of a joke? They think it's funny? I'd like to jam their tubes with packing material. See how they like that?
So you're saying the server is down, is that it?
The server is not down. It's never down. It's just temporarily unavailable while I'm doing some maintenance, that's all.
So how long is it gonna be down?
With a job like this, you can never tell. Probably hours.
Or until no one's around to see you sneak out, eh?
Whichever comes first.
Who would do a terrible thing like this?
It's those punks in the mailroom. They think this baby is going to put them out of a job. And they're right.
Just curious. How'd you get in there?
I squeezed down one of these tubes like a pixie. How do you think I got in here? Through the door, just like you.
Can I squeeze in there just for a sec?
Are you kidding? This is a highly secured area. No one's allowed in here who ain't me.
What's so special about you?
I, sir, am an elemental spirit, summoned from the land of the dead itself.
Yeah, let me guess. You were given one purpose, one skill, one desire. Fixing pneumatic tube switchers.
No, I was created to run the elevators, but they put in those dang motion detectors and put me out of work.
You know, I really think it's clean enough.
Oh, it's clean enough to run, all right. I'm just fiddling around to be safe. You know, gotta cover my ass.
Yes, you do.
Say, Chatty Cathy, I got a lot of tubes to flush here.
Hey, me too. I'll let you go.
Oh, not again. You trying to blow this joint sky high? That's a magnesium compound fire extinguisher. Spray that on this packing foam and we'll both be riding the giant Roman candle out of here.
What? Why would they put something so dangerous in here?
I guess they didn't expect this room to be full of hazardous waste.
Hey, I'm still not getting any messages.
I'm giving you one right now, but you can't see my hand.
Hey, I'm still not getting any messages.
I'm giving you one right now, but you can't see my hand.
Our cheerful communications maintenance staff is on the job. Not picking that up. Hey, I couldn't play this card there. That's not on fire. That's not. Hey,
I'm giving.
Hey, it's the wheel on the door. I've just locked an open door. Strange, yet symbolically compelling. The wheel won't budge. The wheel won't. The wheel. Hey,
I'm giving.
Deck of cards just wouldn't help there. That wouldn't be a very... I couldn't play this card there. That's not on. That's not on fire. That's not on fire. That's not on fire. Can't reach. Can't reach. That's a rule I never...
Good enough for government work.
Not picking that up. That red tube looks familiar. It's locked. Too much air pressure. That wouldn't be a very good use of this special ceremonial bread. Too much air pressure. It's locked. Not picking that. That red tube looks... My kid died. Do you have any more? Well, that's not what balloons are for. My kid died. Do you have any more? Well, hey, her. Yeah. Well, you sound pretty. Always. I gotta stop doing this.
Server's down again.
What else is new? As a rule, I never touch anything.
I'm giving you one right now, but you can't see my hand.
Ah, cheerful. Not picking that up. That's not on. That's not on.
Good enough for government work.
Locked. The wheel won't budge. That red tube looks familiar. Not picking that up. That's not on fire. Too much air pressure. As a rule, it's the sophisticated and delicate hub of all communications here in the Department of Death. That's not on fire. That. My message tube is full of nothing, as usual. A deck of cards just wouldn't help there. That's not on fire.
Manny.
Right. That's not on. That's
down in QA. We got on the project way earlier than we ever had on any other project, and we would play the game with the concept art on the screen. But Manny was modeled and done and lit. Or, well, maybe he wasn't lit, I don't know, but he would zoom around the concept art, and it was all black and white. And that's why it was...
Oh, that would be neat.
Yeah. Foam. It's a lump of our pack. No thanks. That stuff smells terrible, man. That's not on. Too much air pressure. That red tube looks familiar. That red tube looks familiar. Not picking that up. Not picking that up. Not picking that up. Not picking that up. They're just full of parts. Not picking that up. I don't need the hernia. Not picking that up. My kid, do you have any more dead worms back there? Well, sure. Not picking that up. My kid wants another balloon animal.
Jeez, what now?
Do you have any more dead worms back there?
Well, sure.
I'll just take a little more bread to honor the dead. The bread of the... I get crumbs all over. That wouldn't be a very good use of this special ceremonial bread. Deck of cards just wouldn't help there. That's not on. My message tube is full of nothing, as usual. Deck of cards just wouldn't help. I don't feel like pitching cards. I don't feel like pitching cards right now. I don't feel like pitch. I don't feel like pitching cards right now. Read them already. Did nothing in there but my. I don't got the lungs for it. I don't got the lungs for it. That's not what... It's a deflated balloon. Good afternoon. Not picking that up. As a rule, I never touch anything more sophisticated. It's the sophisticated and not picking that up. I keep meaning to mark these cards. Wheel won't budge. As a rule, I never touch any. It's the not picking that up, not pick. As a rule, it's the sophisticated and delicate hub of all communications here in the Department of Death. Deck of cards just wouldn't help there. That's not on. That's not on. That's not on. I gotta stop doing this. There's no air pressure. Server must be down. There's no air pressure. Server must be down. Nothing in there but my cloak. I'm gonna let it air out some more. Hey, Hurl.
Yeah.
Well, you sound...
Always a pleasure, Cal.
He's got a lock. Kemp. No messages? Not picking that up. Not picking that up. He's no messages in Dom's fancy red too.